Guess you don't count. That's what my sister said when the place cards put me in the corridor beside the trash bins. The hallway smelled of lilies and disinfectant. Inside, I heard the DJ ticking down to the first dance. My mother touched her pearls. My father studied the carpet. I smoothed my oxblood dress, kept both hands on the gift I'd wrapped last night, and chose silence. No scene, no tears. I stood, walked into the Vermont cold. Sarah had picked the lakeside resort for continental charm, all gleam and staging, orchids in bowls, crystal candles, chandeliers like frost. I'd driven up from Boston alone with Mom's last text looping, "Please, Mira, no drama, it's Sarah's day. I've always been easier as an instruction than as a daughter." We grew up staged for comparison shots. Sarah's ribbons, my quiet A's. She wailed and was rescued. I patched and vanished. One Thanksgiving, hunting an album for Mom, I found her small brown journal. Every entry began with my sister's name. First recital, favorite pasta, college, yes. Not one line for me. "You never needed attention," Mom said. It landed like a verdict. Convenient invisibility. When I returned to the ballroom, the coordinator blocked me, clipboard in hand. "You're listed for hallway seating, Miss Hale." A folding table by the service door, a view of the glittering room and the glass between us. I set down my silver gift and tried to be air. Sarah drifted over in white, bouquet tilted. Her reflection doubled in the door. "Looks like they finally figured out where you belong." What's that supposed to mean? She gave that half smile that always preceded a shove. "Guess you don't count." I swallowed the sting, kept my voice level. "There's room for both of us," I said. "You're the one shrinking it." Her smile flickered, then returned. "Not today, Mira. Try being happy." She pivoted, veil smoking behind her, and slipped back into the gold. I sat by the service door while staff rolled bins of ice past my knees. Each swing of the hinge flashed chandeliers, my mother's hand on Sarah's shoulder like a medal. The lie I carried pressed cool against my ribs. I don't need them. Truth pressed cooler. They don't get to erase me. 3 weeks earlier, at lunch, one of Sarah's ex-coworkers talked too fast and then not fast enough. Brags and screenshots, dates and threads. Sarah telling a friend she'd manage Julian Ward, the groom. Tears on cue, signatures by Christmas. A house, a name, a bank account. I went home shaking, printed everything, folded a note. "If you want honesty, read." I slid the packet beneath a crystal frame and wrapped the box in silver. Now I stood, steadied my breathing, and crossed to the gift table at the ballroom entrance. The planner fussed with orchids. No one looked at me. I found the stack for Sarah and Julian, set my box on top, wrote their names on the tag, careful. I kept nothing that could be thrown back at me except my own feet. Bag on my shoulder, I walked past the glass doors, past laughing photographs, past corridor lilies browning. Outside, the lake was slate and steady. I unlocked my car, sat and listened. 5 minutes later, the chandeliers dimmed, and a single scream cut the night in two. From the car, I watched faces tilt toward the gift table, then a hush travel. The DJ's patter thinned, the violin slipped, and the room turned toward Sarah. Julian held papers, mouth a hard line. "The dates match," he said. "You wrote these." Screenshots glared like cold moons. Sarah's smile calcified. "It's out of context," she hissed. "Context?" Victoria Ward stepped beside her son. "Your stylist forwarded the thread at noon." My mother sagged against a chair. My father's jaw worked, finding shape. No one rushed to rescue my sister. The tide did not move. Sarah lunged for the pages. Victoria steadied them. A crystal frame slid and burst on the parquet. Gasps shook the lights. Julian laid a folded document on the table. "Annulment," he said. "Already signed." Sarah stammered, "You can't humiliate me." "You did," he answered, and walked away. Silence rooted. In it, my father looked from Mom to the door, as if seeing a hallway seat for the first time. "You owe Mira an apology," he said. Sarah laughed, brittle. "She isn't family." "That's where you're wrong." He left. I didn't go back inside. The lake held the ballroom's gold like a far-off fire. I started the engine, warmed my hands, drove. By dawn, Pike unspooled. Boston smelled of rain and coffee. My phone filled with missed calls and please answer. I booked an inn on the Maine coast, a week of tide and clean wind. On my balcony, morning split the river into gold and shadow. I breathed and let quiet mean freedom, not erasure. They could keep their versions. I have mine now.